I just wanted to clear up about my video that I made about the gang stalking and the mass shootings and attacks. So, with that video, yeah, I wanted to clear this up because I think that with this video, maybe people misunderstood me and thought that I was thinking that all Asians gang stalk, or it's mostly Asians doing the gang stalking. No, I don't think so. I don't think that. But in my case, I have had gang stalking done by Asians, and I highly suspect that it's Chinese Communist Party that's doing this gang stalking. I highly believe that they are the ones who have these direct energy weapons and are supplying these direct energy weapons to people and bringing them to America and bringing this kind of communist style surveillance and stuff like that. So when I lived in Los Angeles, there was a house that was next door. This whole house was renovated specifically to be made into an Airbnb. So basically it was turned into like a gang stalkers hotel, basically. So what happened is this hotel is being used. People would fly in. Basically, every few nights there would be a different family there from a foreign country. They had a lot of white vans around California, so this white van would pull in. I remember this white van coming in, it pulled in. I've seen a family from like Africa that had like all the head wraps. There was another family that came in from India. They had like this very fancy like wraps. They had like the fancy like jewelry and stuff like that. But what mostly came in to that house that would come and stay was people from China and like Korea, it seemed like. Because that would be what would mostly be staying at the house next door. So they would open the windows. The reason I knew it was Chinese because they'd open the windows. They'd be screaming in Chinese to each other, talking in Chinese or whatever. It'd be like, oh my God. So basically, I was tortured on a daily basis, 24/7, tortured at night, mostly at night when they were there, and I could feel these weapons being used on me. It's basically like a microwave being used on you to cause you pain in your body, cause you headaches. They also have it where they can bring you from 0 to 100. Like, you're ready, like, you'll go from being fine to you're ready to, like, just kick ass. Like, they're really effing with people. And the thing is that people don't know that these weapons are being used. Like, you can be in an apartment and they can have this weapon next door. They have these installed in walls. They even have this installed in my car. Like, I hear clicking sounds like in the walls at night in my car, or like they install these things everywhere. Nobody even knows. Like, you can't really like notice or see them or whatever unless you really dig and you look for them. And they're using these on their phone. Like, they can use it on their phone and direct it towards you and change your mood. And these are what are being used in public. And this is what I highly think is going on and why these attacks are happening, because people are being provoked. These weapons are being used to provoke people and antagonize people. They're being used on purpose, and they're being used to harass people and ruin people's lives. Okay? And it's crazy. And I noticed that all these stuff going on, this gang stalking stuff, all the crazy stuff is happening in major cities, major U.S. cities. And the most specific that they're saying, San Francisco and New York, I believe, were the main headquarters. The CCP are mainly headquartered in those areas. That's their main spots, is San Francisco and New York. Now, when I went to San Francisco, back then, this was a few years ago, and this was when I was being targeted, and I definitely knew, that was when I then knew that, okay, this is a CCP hotbed here in San Francisco, because I'm here walking in the street, minding my own business. I'm just walking, minding my own business on the street. This guy, Asian guy, pulls up in a car next to me, has a big camera. This is like the big camera, like a big camera, not a cell phone camera, not any everyday. He takes a picture of me without my permission. It's almost like I was being surveilled. I felt like I was being surveilled and under surveillance, and I did not feel safe at all. I really did not feel safe, and those pictures should not be taken without my permission. And I have seen other gang stalking channels. There's another gang stalking channel with another black woman, and she had videos and pictures taken of her by an Asian woman without her permission. So there's people that are involved in this targeting and gang stalking, and they're doing this, and they're taking pictures and videos without people's permissions. And this could be happening, and this could be also another reason why people are snapping and deciding to fight and hurt, like punch somebody or attack someone or whatever kind of thing or whatever. these weapons that are being used on these phones, these electronic weapons, it does not discriminate who's using them. They'll have even like teenagers use them. They'll have elderly use them. They'll mostly actually have elderly use them because they feel like they look really innocent, that they can, you know, hey, we'll have them use this weapon. So I've had elderly people use them on me too. It doesn't discriminate. They'll all use these weapons, so it doesn't matter. It's used by all races. All races will use it. Everybody uses it. But I think that I highly suspect CCP is manufacturing them, because if you notice, everything is made in China that's electronic. Most everything also is made in China. So they're going to make these weapons. There have also been stories of Americans going to China. Next thing you know, there's blood coming out of their ears. But the news will just display that story for 1 minute. But they won't ever display that stuff again. They'll only display, when they have these sonic attacks that happen to Americans when they go to these foreign countries, the news always like quickly silences it. They don't want the general public to know that these weapons are being used on everyday people and on an everyday basis. Okay? These mass shootings, if you think about it, they always say, oh, we don't know what the motive is. We don't know. We have no idea. We don't know what the motive is, or whatever. This recent mass killing, this guy was gang stalked. Okay, this guy lost his job. He was like, oh, hey, I'm going to go live homeless. Those are the classic signs of being gang stalked. You lose everything. You lose everything and you're blacklisted, basically. So pretty much like this gang stalking is going on and going on and going on, but it's being kept silent. The news does not want to talk about the gang stalking. They don't want people to know that gang stalking is the reason for these mass shootings. They don't want people to know that, because once people know why these mass shootings are really being caused, they can't do what they want to do, which is take guns away. Because this all also, it ties into taking guns away, I think. And I think that they're trying to use targeted individuals as a proxy. Like we're being used like a proxy or whatever type of way. Because what they're doing is, their goal is to make us all snap so that either a bunch of people die or we kill ourselves or whatever. That's their goal. So yeah, in my case, I have been stalked by CCP. Yeah, I have been. There is a woman that keeps repeatedly calling my phone. She's calling my phone, and I remember her accent every time. Like, every time I call Chase Bank, I stopped dealing with Chase Bank, because every time I call Chase Bank, every single time, I don't know how, but this woman is on the phone every single time. Like, I don't understand how every time I call Chase, she's on the phone. I don't ever get anybody different to talk to. It's always this one woman. And this one woman, she recently had left me a message pretending she was trying to save me money from insurance. Like, it's crazy. Like, this woman does not realize that I know her accent, and I will be taking this to the police. Like, this is harassment. Like, she will not stop. And from Chase, when I had asked, like, what country are you in? I think she said she was in the Philippines, but I have no idea. I don't know, but I do know that she has, like, an accent. I do know that she has been following me. She has been doing this for 6 years, that she has been answering my phone every single time that I call Chase Bank. And it's very, very suspicious and very, very weird. Okay? And if you notice, a lot of these like tech companies, a lot of these companies like Lockheed Martin is actually one of the big gang stalking companies, and a lot of Chinese work at it. And these are, I'm not, like I said, it's not all Chinese, but it's Chinese Communist Party. These people are developing these weapons, and they're doing it at these places. They're doing it and they bring in a lot of people from like different foreign countries to America, and they're working on these type of like sonic weapons. Like, there was even this one African guy I spoke to, and he had shown me like these weapons that they're building in these like places or whatever. This like, he showed me this thing, and I'm like, okay, whoa, that looks like a weapon, like one of these direct energy weapons or whatever and stuff like that. So yeah, like, this stuff is being done in major cities. And another thing is, like, a lot of illegals are involved. I'm be honest that a lot of illegals are involved in this gang stalking, okay? A lot of these people that are coming in illegally, and it's not, don't think that it's just it's not Hispanic countries. It's not just Hispanic countries, but it's people coming from Africa, Asia, and different countries. They're coming here and they're using these weapons because their goal is to come here and to destroy us, They have a specific mission, what they're coming here for. to destroy us. It's a war against the children of God. That's what it's about. And you know, so it's definitely it's something big. And you know, I hate to see that people are in this situation, being gang stalked and going through this. And now we are going through this. I hate this. Like, I cannot stand it. It makes me very, very angry. But it's like, I'm gonna call out what I see and what I see and what I see and what I see going on and what I see who's doing it. And what I think possibly could be going on is, if these weapons are being used, people are possibly attacking these Asians. If the Asians are using the weapons, I'm not saying it's all Asian. I'm not saying every attack that it's an Asian that's using these weapons, but there is a possibility that they are directing these energy weapons towards people on the street. And what's happening is, these people are snapping and punching them and hitting them, or whatever they're doing. That's going on the news and on these news stories. Like, we don't know what's really going on. We never know if somebody's using a direct energy weapon or not. It's hard to know. It's really hard. So